Wait, I've got yeah.
Okay. So, ready?
Yeah. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. How's everyone doing today? We've got Alfie sitting right here, and my name is Matthew. We're going to be interviewing Alfie, just asking him some questions on Black London and what we think about Black issues at the moment. So, Alfie, first things first, right? Last year was a big moment for Black people, and probably the world in total. We had the George Floyd case, where a man was killed in the streets of America, which sparked wide protests across the world. Recently, we had his case, which was on television, and a verdict that was announced. What did you feel was your opinion of the George Floyd case in general with the announcement?
I mean, I am the least politically active person going. I avoid the news because it's just miserable.
Okay.
But I did think that it was obviously already an issue, totally.
Yeah.
But like, it was nice that not nice, that's a terrible word. It was good that like they got the verdict that was definitely warranted for the officer.
Okay, I understand. Do you feel that that was justified in the sense that that award, the officer going down, is something that can stop crime from happening to Black people in the world? Do you think that was just a one-off case where it will repeat itself again in America?
Oh, I mean, is it not repeated itself again since then?
It has.
Absolutely not helped, no. But like, even if that would stop one bad cop, then it's worth it. I mean, it was worth it for him.
Right.
But any difference that it made, really.
Okay.
But no, I don't think it's made a massive difference.
I see. Okay. Do you feel that? And I want to ask you this because we often hear these terms in public: white privilege. Do you feel that white privilege is something that exists, or do you think it's just something that's made up?
Oh no, absolutely something that exists.
Why do you say that? Because I would disagree. But why do you say? I would disagree. Yeah.
Oh, I'd like to hear why you disagree.
I didn't know that, Matt. What? I didn't know that.
The reason why I disagree with the term white privilege because I think that privilege can exist for any person in society where they're above one another. For our case, being males, all three of us right here, we have a certain privilege when you walk into a workspace above women. Better pay, better leave days, more things that come with the attitude and respect to the workplace.
I disagree.
Less harassment, less abuse, more of these things. I think the term white privilege is something that is very conspicuous and something that can often lead to mislabeling white people with having general views about race as being white supremacists, racist, so forth and so forth. So that's my opinion. How do you feel about the term white privilege yourself?
I think that it does exist. Like, so for instance, I often carry a multi-tool with me, which does have a knife on it, and I feel like totally comfortable carrying that. Okay. And my mates made jokes like, "Oh, it's fine, no one's going to stop you, you're white." And there's things like that. And again, like you said, in jobs,
right?
I work in the theatre mainly.
Yeah.
And there's one Black person on our course.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, no, I do think it is, and you're more likely to get stopped for possession of something. Okay. I think.
Okay. So do you feel a sense of inherent guilt as a white person walking around with that particular attachment? That something you shouldn't be doing, or something that you should be able to do regardless of your skin?
Yes.
You do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that there needs to be more equality across the board.
Okay. Is equality something that is that more of a fairy tale idea, or is it something that can be completely put in place to say, okay, he's white, Alfie's white, Matthew's black, we're going to treat them such and such? Do you think it's something that can be put into place easily, the word equality?
I don't see why it's not at all. Why should someone who is exactly the same as you, other than the colour of their skin, be treated differently? It's like saying, that car there is silver. Right. Oh, I like that car, it's silver. That car over there is red. Oh no, I hate that car. Right. Like, what's the difference?
Right, okay.
Why should that be a decision that's made? Right. It's exactly the same thing.
Exactly. Okay. The last question I want to ask you, Alfie. What is your background, ethnic background?
White British.
White British, okay. Would be class myself as Black British, right? Evidently, when we leave Britain and we go to somewhere that's like, I don't know, Greece, Romania, wherever, we could both show the same passport, but we're going to get treated differently. Do you think the word British is something that incorporates all of the differences that we all come from? So you're white, I'm black. Is British enough to bind us around that term of racial inclusivity?
Interesting question.
That's why I'm Black London. Interesting questions only.
I think it's more what you identify as. If you identify as British, then you totally should. But if you're uncomfortable, be like, oh no, I don't feel British encapsulates how I am, like my background and how I am as a person with whatever your parents or grandparents are. Then possibly not in that instance.
Okay. Would you describe yourself as English?
Yes.
I was often thinking, actually recently, I would like to start calling myself English because I was born here, parents from the Caribbean, but I mean British. I mean, I didn't come from anywhere else to settle in Britain, you know. So,
yeah.
Would you say it's something that I could easily pass myself as being English if I was to say I'm English?
After you're born in England, you identify as English.
Right.
Then absolutely, yeah.
Okay, that's amazing.
I have a question for Matt. So, what's your opinion on reparations? Reparations.
Who have you got a question for?
You. Oh no, are you Matt as well? Or?
No, I'm
Alfie. So, Alfie. So, reparations. Have you heard of it before?
No.
So, due to slavery by obviously white people, there are many black people around the world saying that we deserve reparations for discrimination, being locked out of jobs for so many decades, and so forth. Do you agree with reparations for black people? And if not, state your case. If yes, state your case as well.
I still don't know what you mean by whatever it is.
Reparations. So, let's say 1 trillion given to black people worldwide for slavery. Do you agree with that? That for 400 years of slavery, we deserve $1 trillion or pounds to make up for what we've lost in those many years?
Oh, I don't think that would make a difference. Like, if you were told, like, if someone said something racist to either of you guys, would you be, oh, I'm sorry, here's a tenner, it's all over.
No, in terms of like slavery, like physical slavery, like you can't work, you can't read, you're not allowed to read. You're whipped for going against your master.
Yeah,
so don't you feel like 400 years of doing that? 400 years.
It's not, that can't be apologised for with just such a fiscal thing as money.
Okay, saying there's something beyond that.
Yeah, that's not. There's no amount of money that can make that something okay.
It's like a rape victim. You can't suddenly give a rape victim £50,000 and say, sorry. Something can't inherently take away the pain.
Exactly.
Trauma they've been through. Okay, exactly. That's a fair point. All right, guys. Black London today. We just interviewed Alfie. Alfie, thank you very much for coming on the show. We're gonna be interviewing more people, right? Over and out. Alfie, thank you.